Namaste. I'm going to wait until a few people come online. This live is called Hello, Sharanya. Good to see you. Good to see you. We're going to talk a little bit about life path purpose. This is going to be in English. And you see by the title that I gave it the title Expression, Balance, Freedom, because these are my life path numbers. And I wanted to talk a little bit about me discovering them, what it means to me, how I was able to see this kind of red line going through my life. And I would like for you to, really make it as interactive as possible, because usually I come in here and I have like prepared a topic or something, but today I actually want to invite you to talk with me and about the topic as much as possible. So Sharanya, what does expression, balance, and freedom mean to you or for you? How do these things align in your life? And I think the last time that we talked, we were actually also talking about your life path numbers. If you want to, you can share what your life path number is and also what it meant, and what you have learned about it for you. Hi, Baggio. Good to see you. Hi, cousin. Join us in our conversation if you like. Let's have like an open conversation. And please let me know if the music should be too loud or too quiet, then I can turn it up or a little down if you like. So I think the first time that I was stumbling over the life path numbers was in 2017 when I was given my first aura reading. And I have never seen my personal aura before, and I was really excited about that. It was my birthday, so it was on March 6th in 2017. Hello, Suresh, welcome. And so I saw my aura, and the next thing that she said to me was, "Oh, it's your birthday. So do you happen to know your life path number?" And I was asking, like, what is that? I didn't even know about it. And she told me, like, oh yeah, you can look your life path number up and just find out what you are. So I'm going to tell you now how you can actually find your life path number. It's basically you're just adding your birthday, your birth month, and your birth year all together. And the number that it creates is going to be your life path number. Maybe you have 2 digits and you start with those 2 digits. Mine are, if you count all the numbers in my birthday together, you will have like a 32. So I'm a 3 plus 2, which equals a 5. So the 3 stands for expression, the 2 stands for balance, and the 5 stands for freedom. So that's how my life path number is a 5. And you will see, according to my life, how it all ties together. And there was a reason why I decided to, before I keep on going into life path numbers, the reason why I decided to do a live today, I don't know if you noticed, but today is the 5th of 2001. And by the way, the year 2001 is a 5. My life path number is a 5. Today is 5, basically with the year 5. You know, you catch my drift? So this right now, this time in space, and me personally, both are coming together for this portal. And if you don't know what a portal is, it's like, portal basically is like a space where you go through to go into another dimension. And if you follow me, or if you have been following me, you know that, hi Zivo, tut mir leid, ich mach's heute auf Englisch, aber ich hoffe, dass du es verstehst. So I'm gonna keep on talking in English. So I was talking about the portal. So the 555 is a portal. And so I found that me as a life path number 5, it was almost my duty to talk about this and talk about this now, because I have this portal for you to go through. And I know that some are witnessing at the moment the 3D world. 3D world means the world in our reality where we see a lot of fear come up. Hi love, I'm so happy that you made it. The Empress is there, I'm happy. So I was just talking about the portal, that today is the 5th of 5th, and I went online on 505. And my life path number is a 5. And the 5 stands for freedom. So this is your call and your portal now to be free, to step into your personal freedom. So, hi, my dear. If you would like to put into the comments, what does freedom mean to you? How do you express yourself, and how do you find and create balance in your life? Because these numbers and these words are my personal life path numbers. And I'm saying that I am basically a holder of this space, of this portal for you to go through. And I want you to step into your expression, your balance, and your freedom. So this is why I want to come live. And I'm gonna jump a little bit, so don't mind me. I'm going to throw a lot of concepts at you. Please, if you have any questions, just put it in the comments, or if you want to add. I know the Empress is also actually really into the topic, so just share whatever you feel called to. And if this resonates with you, send me hearts, send me symbols, whatever you feel aligned to. So I was going through the portal. So this is a space now where we are going to step through, and we're leaving the 3D world. If we leave behind what we are fearing, if we are scared of the world, if we are scared of our own greatness, basically, if we're holding back, this is everything that we're going to leave behind in the 3D world. That's where the fear can stay. But we're moving through the portal now. We're moving through this channel to reach to the 5D world, which is again a 5, right? So we are in this year 5. We are here since 505 with this person, this channel that is also a 5. So this is your path to freedom. If if you happen to know your life path number, feel free to put it in the comments. If you don't know what it means, I will be able to share it with you. I have very, very bad memory, so I put it on here. I wrote my notes for you, so if you have any questions to it, I can go through it with you. If the information that I give you today is not enough, then I'll be happy to send you over to a friend of mine. She's actually an expert in numerology. That is not my expertise, but it's just one of my passions. So, Ricarda, you are a number 1, you said. So number 1 is a creativity through security. And I happen to know a little bit about your life, and I think exactly because I think we talked about this, because of your purpose, your die Berufung, what you are doing. I know what you do in your everyday life, and I know what you do next to your actual job. You are this spiritual being, and you are actually on your life path already, because you are being creative, because you're working with the creative life force energy, and you're also, you know, being really stabilized by your security, the job that you actually do. It's very secure, but also this security that you're getting is also the security that you are giving because of the work that you do. And I think you know what I mean. I don't need to like share with everybody. But yeah, do you happen to know how the one is put together? Is it like a 10? Do you have like a 1 and a 0? Or how do you get to the 1? I guess you are a 10, right? And then coming to the 1. If you would share. So if you happen to have a 0 before coming to your actual number within your numbers, then the 0 actually stands for, you have to check. Okay. Yeah, just add your birthday month, your birth month and your birth year all together and see what comes out, which number comes out. And then when you put them together, you're probably landing at a 1. I mean, there's no combination of numbers that I can think of that could create a 1 except for a 1 and a 0. So I'm actually pretty sure that you're going to be a 1 by adding 1 and 0, because you have the gifts that a 0 has. A 0 is standing for inner gifts, and I know that you do have them, because I was able to witness your inner gifts already. So yes, feel free to check. Hi Jeena, or Lena, I'm not sure how you pronounce it. You know, I want to make this as interactive as possible. So we're talking about life path numbers, and I was sharing that my life path number is a 3, a 2, and a 5. So if you add the 3 and a 2, you have the 5, and the 3 stands for expression, the 2 for balance, and the 5 for freedom. So if you add on the numbers in your birthday, you get your life path number. So Stephanie wrote she is a 9. So I think because you are in the academy, you will know that your 9 actually stands for integrity through wisdom, right? And I think that you are on your way, coming more and more into your own integrity, because you are a lovely soul that has just recently joined my Osho meditation, and we were able to really dive deep, and we were able to see that you are influenced by your surrounding a lot. So I think this is a very, very interesting and really exciting time for you, because you are stepping into your own integrity. What is actually your thoughts? What is actually your emotions, your feelings? What are your thoughts? And where are you aligned with all these things? And where are you stepping out of that? And because you are coming more into your integrity, then you will be able to connect with that inner wisdom that you have. Something that you have always known, something that you will find more and more in the outside world. Yes, awesome. So it is a 101. Yes. I was thinking that you are that. So yeah, that is exactly what I said to you, Ricarda. Yeah, I was talking about the portal, and you know that our body is our unconscious, and the unconscious is actually sorry, not your unconscious, but the subconscious. The subconscious is actually holding a lot of like your beliefs, your inner beliefs, and sometimes you are able to actually bring it into light, and you find out what your actually thoughts are, and by getting to know what your program is, then you get to remove what doesn't work for you, and you step into what is aligned for you. And we're going back to the portal. And so you see maybe behind me a few drawings, and I'm going to go into those a little bit more and deeper. I love painting, and it has been something that I rarely did. And in my journey, especially for the last few past months, I was starting to draw more. And what I didn't really realize, I was just going to, you know, draw something. I didn't really think about it. And I happened to draw this. So what you see here is basically like a tree. You see this grass and this flower. And you also see this. I didn't really think about what I was drawing. It was just there. And I can tell you that after I finished, I looked at it and I was wondering, what is this? And first it kind of looked to me like a snail, and I was wondering like, okay, what are all these details and stuff? And then I had to, I put it actually in my room and like really far away. And when I looked at it from afar, I was like, oh my God, it's a portal. And I didn't even notice it before. I didn't think about it. It was just coming through me, you know, and that's what I was saying, like it's the subconscious. So even my subconscious knows that this time that I'm in is filled with portals. It's filled with portals. All the work that I do is all about portals. And that's why I had to really come in here and share with you, because this time is such a magical time for me. And because I'm activated, it's so magical to me, then I know that I can actually serve you. So if you want to step into your expression, into your balance, into your freedom, then, you know, this is your time to work with me. I did create all these containers with not even trying to have this in mind, because the intention was just there. And it's like an inner drive that I cannot actually really explain how it came, but I know that it is aligned with, it started everything with me channeling. And I don't know if you know this, but it started last year, and it actually started almost a year ago in May. Interesting, again, a number 5, and it's just like coincidences or not that now I remember. Yes, it was in May, and May of course is the 5th month. So I'm born in 1985, you know. My human design is a 5-1. I'm 5'5" tall, so the 5 is like reoccurring, and it's so almost hauntingly just there, that I had this epiphany like a few days ago, That's why I started the countdown like a few days ago only. That I was just hit by this number, and it was just everywhere, and I knew, okay, I need to talk about this. Now is the time to talk about this, because I know that I'm ready, and I know that you are ready. You know, I think I have been underestimating myself and maybe where the world is in, but I know I am ready, and I know that you are ready. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here and we wouldn't talk about this. And I'm so happy that you actually came here and you're joining the conversation, because yeah, it's like I said, it's just, I feel this magical energy, and it's so beautiful the way that this path is unfolding, and like piece by piece and step by step, I see how everything is starting like to come together, and it creates this such a beautiful puzzle. And I'm just in awe, because I couldn't have scripted this any other way or any better way in order to work for me. So in May, I started channeling, and I knew more and more that I was not going to work as a dance teacher for my in my current job, because I knew that the women in my life, the women were calling me. My femininity was calling me to claim my femininity, to really step into my womanhood, and to also collaborate with other women and to activate other women. And it was an idea that I had many years ago, actually, to create this dance class. And the dance class is called Dance Her Story, because I knew, and I haven't really like talked a lot about this, about all my programs, but I want you to see how it all like ties in to my life path numbers, because the first number that you see is the 3. It's an expression. So dancing is my first love. It's my form of expressing myself. It's one of these gifts that I got. I would never say that I am the best dancer ever, but it's not about that. It's about this way of me being able to express my innermost being, my energy in this form, right? Because I learned different dance styles, but I never felt at home in these different styles. I always knew I have my own way of moving and feeling the music and the energy, and there was always this kind of powerful energy around it. It was almost like electrifying, and I could tap into this space that when people witness that and actually witness that, and not just like me moving like at the side just by watching others and being in awe in others, but actually me fully stepping into my own energy and owning that energy and expressing from the energy, that was something that was empowering for others to see. So I created this dance class, and when I started this dance class and the women came in to really connect to Dance Her Story, to connect to their own bodies, to the stories that were inside of them, what happened was that the container, the class, the dance class, became a portal. And I usually set like an intention, like what I want to do, what feminine energy we want to connect with. And sometimes it was like our, how do you say? Sorry, I have to drink something. So connecting with the women in your lifeline, the women that came before you, those were my intentions. And what happened was that these women, all of them who were in this moment in the container, were sharing in the end, like, I don't know if you think I'm crazy, but I connected with my grandmother. And the other ones, they stepped in and they were like, yes, me too. What happened? Like, was this your intention? I'm like, yeah, it was. And I wanted to create this space, and I didn't even realize how powerful these portals were going to be. That I'm not like the typical channel that is like channeling and I'm translating or sending you the messages that are, on this other side behind the veil. I actually create a portal. I create a container where you step into, and you are able to look behind the veil, and you get to connect with whatever you feel like you want to or need to connect to. And you are supported in that and through that by also losing your fear and leaving your fear behind, and being able to step into your own intuition, and into your power. So I want to come to the comeback now. This is a container that I created for 10 women to, celebrate their comeback. Why comeback? Because I feel like in this world, because it was so influenced by the masculine energy, that women didn't really have a lot of space. And that's why I created the dancer story. But with the comeback, I want the women to align with their own energy, with their chakras again, with the energy centers, that their energy is able to flow, and that all these colors are able to come through them. I remember seeing this the first time in our reading. Yes, because I was sharing it with you. And I recently had like a phone call with somebody, and I showed her the workbook that a friend of mine was designing, actually by this original picture. And this woman said, like, I don't feel you from this, but I could see it in this. Like, why didn't you, show me this before? So this is what I created, like handmade within, like, I think I was sitting with it for 20 minutes because I had the idea, and I knew like I needed to like draw it down and paint it down for my friend also to create this workbook, because it was a collaboration that just happened. But it was also because I was expressing and sharing my truth, my energy, my plans, my intentions. And I was sharing it with other women so that other women could hop into my container, come into my program. And I wanted to talk about this friend of mine who hopped into my container. And since then, I shared these gifts that I have with her. I shared my tarot readings with her. I shared using the pendulum with her. And because I did, she was able to suddenly, it seemed, to remember that she had her own connection to these gifts, that she had people in her life that actually had shared these tools with her before, when she was like a little girl, for example. And she remembered this person who passed away, and she remembered that there was this pendulum who this person owned before. And she started writing her mother, and her mother said, like, yeah, sure, this pendulum is still here. If you want it, you can have it. And so she started using the pendulum, and she was so amazed by what has happened, all the messages that she was getting through that, because she was able to fully trust into her own gifts and into her power and in her ability to receive, and she doesn't need me to get anything, but she's able to create it for herself, because she was able to activate her comeback. So she's really connecting to her innermost truth. And that is so beautiful for me to watch, you know, and I really see this like her coming more and more into her own energy and stepping into her power, and it's just so fun. Like I said, I'm really, and that's why I'm sharing this here also, I am interested in collaborating with you. I want to interact with you. I want to really be, you know, this portal in your life and watching you and cheering you on your path. And you know, I want to share my gifts with you, but I also want you to share your gifts with the world, because I know that you are ready, because that was why we are meeting here. You know, I know that this is a very powerful time, and really, I was channeling today, and the message that I got was everything is possible. Not just anything, but everything is possible. Everything that you set your mind to is possible. You just have to make the decision. And that is something that I have done and that I will keep on doing. People will tell me, yeah, it's nice what you do, but this and that and this and that. You have to do it in this way or in that way, or you have to focus on this, because nobody is going to take you serious if you're doing tarot, or like you have to define what kind of coach you are and all these things. But I can tell you, I am all of these things. I am the dancer. I've always been the dancer. I cannot deny the dancer in me. I don't need to identify with a certain style to call myself dancer, because it is part of me. So I will always be there and be, the dancer. And I want women to lose this fear of you need to have this and that amount of dance classes, or you have to love your body just to be a dancer, or all these requirements. There are no requirements. If you have a body, you are a dancer, because you are put on in this world. It's the same thing with singing. If you have a voice, you are a singer, period. You know, there is nothing that you have to learn. There is nothing that you have to get or receive, like a certificate or someone who allows you to become a dancer, or someone who allows you to become a singer. You have the body, you have the voice. So in order for that, you are a dancer, you are a singer. And because you're a human being, you are a creator, because you are the creator, because Namaste, the divine in me creates the divine in you. So the divine is in you. Anything you have to do is to step into it and remember who you are. We define ourselves, period. Yes, exactly, Sharanya. That is it. We define ourselves. Like, do not let others dictate who you are, because you will know the truth. And I love this quote from Alicia Keys. This quote was came to my awareness, and it says, like, the truth without a love is a lie. And it resonated so deeply with me, because people will start to talk to you from their ego, and then they will want to tell you like everything from like in your best interest, and they think that they're telling you the truth. But if the love does not resonate, if it's missing, then it's a lie, and it's a lie. And that's why I wanted to talk about the Lifepath numbers, because I remember when she told me those Lifepath numbers, or she didn't even tell me, she just gave me the book, she just handed it over and told me, like, look up your number. And I did, and I read it, and it resonated with me so deeply that I fell in love with it right away. And it might sound silly, but I knew my purpose. I knew my purpose because the purpose was there already. the life path numbers were just a reminder. And because of these numbers, I was able to connect with these words, expression, balance, and freedom. And I was able to look how these words, how these frequencies were actually showing up in my life, right? So why balance? I always think that I'm a living paradox. My name is Jeena Joan. Jeena meaning to live. Joan after Jeanne d'Arc, basically, Johanna von Orleans, who died for her beliefs. And she was burned. She was burned like a witch. And I kind of like that aspect of her being burned, because even this story, this like little detail about her life is tied to, I believe, to the burning of the witches. And I was called a witch, like, since I was a little child by my sister. And it was meant to hurt me. And now it's so empowering to me, because that is what I am. You know, I'm a witch. I burn my sage. I ring my bells here. And, I talk about frequencies, and I read my frequency card. So if you want to call me a witch, yeah, that's right. It's my truth. Like, I'm not going to hide it anymore. And that's why I want to talk to you about this. So to live, and, the women who died for their beliefs. So life and death coming together and being these like extremes. And I am the balance, between these paradox. And I see it with a lot of things that I did in my life, that I was always going from one extreme to the other. And I keep on saying, like, I'm a chameleon. I have lived 30 lives within these 36 years that I have been in this world, on this planet. But wherever I was able to catapult myself with every passage in my life, because I decided that I could. The moment that I decided that I could study, I was able to study abroad. I decided that I was worthy of, receiving scholarships. And I was able to study not only here in Germany, but also I was able to study abroad in India. And it was a life dream for me to live in, this country where my parents were from. I feel this, the paradox between being a Leo sun and moon and a Capricorn rising. Yes. The fiery energy and the earth energy. Awesome. Yes. Yeah, and I think especially with your Capricorn rising, you bring a lot of stability also to people. And you have the one also, right? So creativity through security. So I think that the Capricorn also it ties in so beautifully. And the Leo fire, the fire element is in your solar plexus. So your fire is your passion, and your passion is also where you get to create a life from your passion. So it really is such a beautiful synergy that it creates. And that's why I always think that everything ties into everything. If you look for it, you can see the connection. And that is almost like my superpower, the thing that I'm able to see through my third eye. And that I'm able to, especially for women or people who are like lost souls, because I think I felt like so lost for a long time. And I was asked after my last life, somebody wrote in the comments, like, do you suffer from depression? And I was like, a little triggered by the question, but also I answered like, yes, I knew like having like depressive episodes. The thing that I shared today is like a video from Teal Swan, and she talks about you are in futility, and the futility is what brings the depression. But actually, someone who is futile, just they're lost because they don't know, they can't make any sense of their life because they don't know the purpose. So the best medicine you can have in when you feel depressed is to answer the question why you're here for. What is the reason? Why do you live? And this is something that only you can answer. No one else can, because maybe some of the gifts that you have never shared with others before. You have kept it to yourself. And a friend of mine, she keeps on saying like, talent is a gift. It's almost like a duty that you have to share with others. It's your duty, because if you don't step into your own power and share your gifts with the world, then you are not playing your part in this world, because you're such an important piece of the puzzle. And we cannot create the whole picture if you are not, stepping into your power and playing that part. There will always be this hole left. And this is the space that only you can fill. So please do it. If you don't know what it is, sit with yourself and ask yourself this question. There's this beautiful meditation from Deepak Chopra where he just keeps on asking. He says like, just sit in meditation and ask yourself, what do I want? What do I want? What do I want? And just keep on asking the questions. There is no need for you to, find an answer or look for an answer. The answer will come to you. So it's not about you having the answer. It is about you finding the right question and asking the right questions. And it is something that my coach has just been talking about also. Like, stop thinking about like all the things why it's not working, she says, like, and I'm telling you, like, you just decide that it is working for you. Even when you think like you're waiting or you don't feel like you are in your power yet, just decide that you are on your way and you are making one step at a time into your purpose and into that who you're always meant to become. And I think, Ricarda, we just had the conversation as well, because it came up in your reading. So the Empress Rising official is beautiful Ricarda, and she has a group. And I was in her group a few days ago, and she was reading the cards for the group, but also for me, because I love this exchange that we have. And she was saying also, like, Jeena, you're doing everything right. There's like nothing that you need to do anymore. Just be you and everything will align. And so I keep on having this image, and I think in the reading it was the same image that occurred. And it's just so beautiful when the things that you know inside of yourself, and they're being reflected by the outside world, and you just remember. You remember that it is true for you. Something that keeps on coming up for me lately is especially this picture of a lion. I keep on dreaming about a lion, and I actually had this this moment where I want to create this. I had this meeting Picasso in my more or less dream, and I was talking to him about art and painting, because I knew that my inner child, she was holding back. She didn't really felt like she was the artist, or she was able to paint because she wasn't good enough. And that was the story that 5-year-old me started telling herself, because I saw the paintings that my friends were creating and they looked so beautiful. So when I channeled Picasso in my dream, basically, he told me, like, what is art? Like, it's just how you define it, right? And it's you having a relationship to colors, and you having a relationship to form and symbols, and putting them together has a meaning to you. So it doesn't need to make sense for anyone else but yourself. And when it resonates with yourself, your own truth, then the people that it will resonate with are those who are connected to you also, right? The divine consciousness is in constant, in this constant journey of getting to know themselves, right? And by you knowing yourself, consciousness gets to know itself. And the more you step into that, then the more alignment you will create within your life, how your life looks, but also for the people, like who is going to leave your life and who is actually coming into your life, those who you will be able to resonate more with. So it's this beautiful dance, you know, like you coming more into yourself, and then your outside world basically becoming more of your world, like your inner world. And yeah, there's again this beautiful mirror that's just happening. So how are you guys? I really felt like I was going off. I have to actually leave you guys in a bit, because I'm going to start my third session in my comeback coaching with my beautiful coachee. But if you have anything else to add, or anything else to, maybe a question that you would like to ask, then feel free. I'm just going through if I have forgotten anything. So if you would like to, experience the dance class that I was talking about, like message me. We usually meet on Mondays at 7 o'clock. The dance class goes for 1.5 hours. Right now it's a weekly thing, but it could be that I'm going to switch it soon. So really hop on the class as soon as possible if you're interested, because I will probably change the schedule a little bit. So dancer story is one thing. Thank you for sharing the story. It will always remind me to express myself on my own terms. Yes, awesome. Thank you, Sharanya. I'm really looking forward to continuing with you in a bit. So we got the dance class, and we have the comeback coaching, of course. The comeback coaching where Sharanya is actually in. And we are stepping into our third week right now, and the comeback coaching, the program continues for 8 weeks. So the third time that I'm going to launch the program will be in the middle of June. So if you're interested in coming into my program, then June would be the next possible time for you to step into it. Or if you are really impatient and if you want to join now, then I think we will be able to find a way to let you in, because I think we will be happy to have you, and you will be able to watch the past classes that we had by doing the replays, or I will think of something for you to get to that input and the content. So those are the major things that I wanted to talk about, but we do also have the Osho meditation. The Osho meditation I'm doing at the moment on Saturdays. It is a place for you, especially when you think you're in your head a lot and you don't know what your heart's desires are. If you want to really like step into the portal of your own heart, then this Osho meditation is actually your way and your space to really feel that. I've had people come in several times and they've really activated their heart's desire, and it's so beautiful to see. And some just came in once and they're like catapulted already on their heart's desire, on their path. It's so beautiful to see. It is donation based, so there's no excuse for you to say like I don't. There's just no excuse anymore. So it's there for you when you're ready, when you decide that you are. I believe that all my offers require a lot of bravery from you, because connecting to your heart or really aligning with your body, mind, and soul, or stepping into your emotions, it's not the easiest path, but it's so worth it. I can promise you that. You can work with me if none of these containers really call to you, but you like my energy and you want to really experience this energy and the portals that I'm talking about. You could book a one-on-one with me, a one-on-one session where we would either go into meditation and you experience the activation that I can create for you, or if you have something like a block that you notice, it could be a physical block, it could be a health block, it could be an emotional block, then we could go into the completion process. And the completion process is, I was talking about the puzzles before, and when you think of you being whole, you are your own whole piece, right? But what happens when we go through life that we... Hi, Nishant. Good to see you. So I was just saying, when you come into this world, you're whole, you're healthy, you're beautiful, and then you go through life and you maybe you experience really traumatizing experience, or something that hurts you, something that your emotions make you run from the experience. Then what happens is a split, right? The whole beautiful being that you are, it starts splitting, and the split might have happened once, maybe twice, maybe several times. So all these little aspects of you are cut off from you being whole, and then the own energy, of course, is also not flowing. So it creates this uncomfortable feeling, this feeling of heaviness, this feeling of stuck emotion. Maybe you're not aware of it, what it is exactly, but it feels like this negative energy, maybe being attached to you. So you get to actually go through it, really step into your feelings, and by that you are recovering from the split and you're coming back to your whole self. If you would like to know more about this, feel free to message me. I gotta run out now and go to my comeback coaching. It was lovely to have you. Thank you so much for joining me in this live today. Like I said, if you have more questions about your own life path numbers, feel free to message me, and I'd be happy to give you the numbers and tell you what it means. And if you want an expert on that, I can also get you in touch with that. that person who is able to help you out more, deeper than I could. And namaste. Thank you so much. Take care and see you soon.